for a role on The Cosby Show.
I was invited down to the studio, and then Bill Cosby asked me to meet at his brownstone to go over the role.
In her memoir, The Face That Changed It All, an entire chapter devoted to her alleged encounter with Cosby, to share a story with Nightline last year.
And I took a couple of sips of the cappuccino, and then the second sip, I knew I had been drugged. I feel very lucky that I wasn't raped. And I don't think I was raped, but I don't know how I got home. I don't know how I got upstairs. I was devastated. I was disappointed. It was almost like a family member had betrayed me. It was such a huge sense of betrayal for me.
What you just heard, ladies and gentlemen, was Beverly Johnson, a former supermodel, giving her exclusive interview with ABC's Nightline. I apologize for the buffering of the interview, but that she was giving an interview on Nightline and giving her accounts on what happened with her and Bill Cosby. And if you haven't found out, or you don't know right now, Bill Cosby was arraigned a couple days ago in a rape case. He was arraigned. The bail was set at $1 million, and Bill Cosby paid 1% of that, which is $100,000, and he went home. But Beverly Johnson gave her account to Nightline, and we're going to be talking about this tonight. We're going to be talking about Bill Cosby. We're going to be talking about this whole rape situation. What do I think about it? Do I feel that Bill Cosby is guilty, or I feel like he's innocent? Well, for starters, I want to break down this interview right here with Beverly Johnson. Beverly Johnson, like I said, she's a supermodel. She was the spokesperson for Maybelline in the late 80s. She was beautiful. She still is beautiful. And she's a person who wants everybody to believe that Bill Cosby gave her a Quaalude, made her woozy, and basically taking advantage of it. She didn't know how she got home. She didn't know about anything. She didn't know how, I guess she don't know how she got to the brownstone or anything like that, I guess, right? Man, let's go ahead and get started. We're going to break this down. All right, ladies and gentlemen, check this out. Beverly Johnson, supermodel. They say that she graced over 500 magazines. Now, I don't know Beverly Johnson. Not like that. I mean, like I said, she's a beautiful woman. But, I mean, I'm just kind of conflicted with this whole Bill Cosby situation. I'm just absolutely conflicted because why are these women coming all about the woodwork, coming all about the trees? They coming from everywhere. And it wasn't just Beverly Johnson. Check this out.
Have recounted similar stories over the years, accusing America's favorite dad of drugging or assaulting them.
There was a time that I was at dinner at his brownstone, and I had one glass of wine, and the next thing I knew, I was slumped over the toilet throwing up. I was sick, I was confused, I was foggy. I had really no idea what was happening.
The next thing I remember, I was on the couch and he was removing my underwear.
But he had no right to do that.
Cosby's legal team has issued a number of denials to these allegations, and Cosby has never been criminally charged.
Okay, now that's what I'm talking about. All these women coming up out the trees, they coming from everywhere. They want everybody to now believe that Bill Cosby sexually assaulted them, that raped them, and this stuff happened like 20, 30, 40 years ago. I mean, I just don't understand this. All of a sudden, one person comes out, then all of a sudden a whole slew of women come out. I mean, look, do I feel like Bill Cosby gave these women Quaaludes? Absolutely. I mean, he even said it in his, his deposition. He said that he gave these women Quaaludes. But I will say this. All these women that's coming out there, they're saying that Bill Cosby raped them. I don't believe them, okay? I do not believe that Bill Cosby was just going around raping all these women. These women want some shine, yo. They want some shine. That's exactly what they want. They want some attention. When was the last time Beverly Johnson actually was in the limelight? Let's just be honest. Half of us don't know who Beverly Johnson is. We gotta be honest with ourselves. This woman seems like to me a person that just wants to come out and tell a story and get her 15 minutes of fame. She said that she was a supermodel and then she wanted to do acting, so she came over to Bill Cosby brownstone home because he promised her a role in a Cosby show. Okay, let me tell you something. I haven't heard of Beverly Johnson since then, so your acting skills must be trash. You know what I'm saying? Must be absolutely trash if you can't get a role now. You know, if you couldn't get a role then, so you can't be that credible when it comes to acting. Now, supermodels, like I said, you've been on 500 magazines. I can say that you're good at that. But acting, Then all of a sudden, y'all going over a script, and Bill Cosby gives you some coffee. He gives you some coffee, and you drink it, and after 2 sips, man, you all over the place. No. Your head woozy. You don't know where you're at. Come on, man. Knock it off. This is what I think went down. Okay? Bill Cosby, back in the days, messing around with these women. And these women have been messing around with Bill Cosby for years. And I feel like Bill Cosby has gotten old. And now Bill Cosby probably, can't do some of the things that he used to do, from a male's perspective. And Bill Cosby probably stopped wanting to see these women. He probably didn't want to give these women the money like he used to. And these women getting upset because now the cash cow is gone. And now all of a sudden, now they want to cry rape. One person say that he raped them, now everybody's saying that he raped them. It's just absolutely ridiculous. Bill Cosby, I'm pretty sure is not a saint, but I'm pretty sure he wasn't just a serial rapist like these people trying to make it out to be. I mean, Bill Cosby in the 70s was huge, And I feel like Bill Cosby in the 70s, he was an attractive man. He didn't need to be going around here raping women and putting Quaaludes in their drink. And that just made me think about some things that I heard. And one thing in particular was the Eddie Griffin interview. Now, I must warn you, ladies and gentlemen, there is some profanity in this interview with Eddie Griffin, but Eddie Griffin sat down with Vlad TV, and he gave his thoughts on the whole Bill Cosby rape situation. I want y'all to check this out. Once again, there is some curse words in this interview. Viewer discretion is strongly advised. Check this out.
First off, you have to remember this was in the 70s. All right? I'm old enough to remember the 70s. The 70s is a different time. All right?
70s motherfuckers all had Coke spoons around their fucking necklace. You go to the damn disco, nigga, the line is laid out on the table. Toot, toot. All right? Yeah. When you want to level out after a hit of cocaine, you get a Quaalude. All right? Yeah. So, did he rape these bitches? All of them said the same thing. We went to the room. Why would you go to the room of a known married man? Right. Number one.
Me, they're down to fuck anyways. There's no criminal charge.
There is a systematic effort to destroy every black male entertainer's image. They want us all to have an actress by a name. Kobe raped a white woman in Colorado. Dr. Cosby raped 37 bitches and is still counting. Nobody leaves this business clean. Michael Jackson fucked like children.
Michael Jordan?
Michael Jordan gambled.
Right. And then his dad got killed.
You understand?
They tried to tie that.
You're not going to die clean.
Eddie Griffin, ladies and gentlemen, only told by only Eddie Griffin can tell it. Look, ladies and gentlemen, I gotta be 100% in agreement with Eddie Griffin right here. I just feel like Bill Cosby was messing around with these women. He was sleeping with these women. What woman, self-respecting woman, is going to go to a man's hotel room that she knows who's married? I mean, I just feel like if you go into the hotel room, you already know what you going there for. And in the 70s, like he said, I mean, coke was huge. Cocaine was a huge deal. And people used to take, snort cocaine, and they used to take Quaaludes in order for them to kind of mellow down. And I feel like this is what transpired with some of these women. Not all of them, because I don't feel like he was just around here passing out roofies like they were just peppermints. But some of these women that gave their accounts, I feel like this is what happened with them. And honestly, once again, what Eddie Griffin said, I do feel like there is something that's going on when it comes to the African American race. I feel like they try to destroy the credibility of African Americans, because when I was looking at this Bill Cosby situation, when I was watching him walk up to the courthouse out there in Pennsylvania, and he tripped over the curb, which I ain't gonna lie, I kind of laughed at that. It wasn't really funny, but I'm sorry. But all the cameras and all the magazines and all that kind of stuff, they were out there and they were asking him questions, and then all of a sudden, 20 minutes later, his mugshot came out online, and then another 20 minutes after that, they had it exclusive of a helicopter hovering around his house and watching him walk in the house. I mean, it just seems like to me like they're really trying to destroy this man. Because I'll give you an example. Okay, this whole Jared Fogle, the guy from Subway. Now, this guy got 15 years in prison for basically being a pedophile, around here messing around with young kids and looking at child pornography and stuff like that. But ain't nobody talking about that. And Subway is by far one of the biggest sandwich companies in the world. Subway is huge, okay? But all Subway did was just take the focus off getting healthy by losing weight, because it represents Jared, and now they talk about how fresh their sandwiches are, and nobody's saying anything about Jared Fogle. I mean, there's so many situations like Jared Fogle, but when it comes to Bill Cosby, I just feel like this is a prime example of sabotage. And I'm gonna say this too. Hollywood, man, it's a weird place to me, man. Hollywood is a very, very weird place, and from what I seen from the time that I was there, I went there on vacation. It just seems like to me, like if they want you to succeed in Hollywood, then you're going to succeed. If they don't want you to succeed, they're not going to let you succeed. And I'm going to give you a prime example. Okay, when I was out in Hollywood, I was out, in Hollywood. I was out at the Jimmy Kimmel show. And when I was out, I sat in the live studio audience. And before Jimmy Kimmel actually graced us with his presence, we were sitting in the audience for like 30 minutes, okay? And there was this guy that came out. And this guy, basically, I guess he was like Jimmy Kimmel's hype man, I don't know. But he was giving us, the do's and don'ts. He was letting us know, can't use our cell phones. We can't talk, doing interviews and stuff like that. But something else kind of just stuck out. And I just thought that was very, very weird. It was the fact that he had to tell us and prep us about Jimmy Kimmel's material, saying that even if we don't understand the jokes, I mean, you just laugh anyway. That's basically what he told us. Like, how you see a family member and they're probably telling you a joke and it's probably not that funny, but you laugh anyway so you can, so you won't hurt their feelings. Yeah, we're going to need you guys to do that. I mean, I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, Jimmy Kimmel is funny on his own. So why do we need somebody telling us to laugh at Jimmy Kimmel's jokes? And it hit me. I said, these people aren't as funny as we make them out to be. maybe Jimmy Kimmel is not as funny as I think he is. Maybe it's just the fact that the audience is laughing and he's on